This ain't for my subscribers. This is just for shits and giggles, bro. What was that? I was just thinking last night, and I'm gonna be honest, I was low-key bored for like 3 whole episodes. Like that thing really peaked in the last 30 minutes, bro. They made us wait like 3.5 hours or something. Damn near 4 hours for 30 minutes of peak. But hey man, it was worth it, bro. I feel like while I wasn't too happy with not really the pacing, but how long they taking like 3 whole episodes to establish certain things. But looking at it, like they did have to establish a lot of things, like Vecna's plan, how Hawkins is holding up after the whole thing at the end of season 4, how the Hellfire Club kids are doing, Max Z, everything like that. A lot of things had to be established, so I ain't too mad. But I also think on the bright side, like they took so much time to establish all of that, and then the last 30 minutes was just action. I think the next volume is just gonna be all go, no stopping. Like the next part or the next volume is just gonna go crazy. So that's at least a good thing. But let's talk about the elephant in the room here, bro. I feel like season 2 was ass. You could have brought back Eddie, and you hype up that door like it's some crazy shit just to bring out Kelly. That whole arc of them teaching all about that thug life was such an unnecessary plot. Like, I don't fuck with it, bro. I know people talking about how Will, Al, and number 8 are gonna team up against Vecna. No, because Will has Vecna's power, which is stronger than 11. 11 has power, and she got her powers amplified in season 4, so she's stronger and she has training. But Kelly has what powers, bro? Gaslighting, make you see shit that's not there. How's that gonna help you when Vecna hits the Cynthia Erivo and just you're dead? There's nothing you can do. I saw someone say that they literally brought this character back so that they can dodge killing one more main character. She's literally back just to die. That's her only purpose in volume 2. Then what else happened, man? Hopper, bro. Hopper, the situation with Hopper was a hard stopper, bro. I really thought my man was gonna go kamikaze. He's not my favorite character by any means, but man, I wasn't ready for that. The way they built it up, I wasn't ready for that, man. He been there since season 1. He the GOAT, the sheriff turned freaking war veteran. He went to Russia. He earned his stripes, bro. He fought a Demogorgon with a sword, bro. Come on, dog. He decapitated that thing. Oh, he fought a Demogorgon. He looked that thing dead in his eyes.
I said, bitch, where?
I don't know. He looked the Demogorgon dead in its throat and just, yeah, man. Shout out to Hopper, bro. I wasn't ready to see him die. Good thing he didn't. But what else happened in this thing? Oh yeah, and Will.
4 niggas walking up and it's just me. Now it's just 3. Now it's just 2. Now it's just me.
Will, it's not as good as people think. Like, yeah, he popped off. He definitely aura farmed. So did Vecna. Vecna came through on some
Yana, Khadijah, Lenny Carvel, him, her, him, bodies.
shit was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, but that's all there is to discuss. That was cool. Literally, most of the stuff that was cool to talk about actually happened in the last episode. Everything else was kind of mud. We could talk about the Wheeler parents, but like, nah, bro. I thought the mom was dead, bro, for sure. She got minced up. That Demogorgon slashed her guts open, broke 4 of her ribs, and slashed her throat. She should be dead. I really expected the doctor to come out on some GG's, bro. But damn, she alive somehow, some way, dog. I don't know how that makes sense. Alright, let's go into who's gonna die, bro. I feel like, honestly, and here's my reasons. First person I predict to die is Will. I'm not gonna lie. I think Will has to die. Because if he's linked to Vecna, and I saw someone said something that kind of disproves this, but if he is linked to Vecna in the sense that they share a mind, they share powers, all of that, and Vecna is a part of Will, Will's a part of Vecna, then that's gonna lead to 2 issues. Yeah, it's nice that Will has powers right now, but if Vecna is injured, right, wouldn't Will then kind of act like a lifeline? Because while they don't have the same body, they have the same mind. Injuring Vecna's body, if his mind is still linked to Will and his healthy body, then it's a lifeline. They can't actually kill Vecna without killing Will unless they sever the tie with Will, which he did say is kind of permanent now. It's GG. So I think Will has to die, mate. I think Will has to die. Especially when Will... Here's what I think happened. Hold on, actually. Let me explain something. I think Will, when injured, the Demogorgon was injured. It injured Will. And instead of just the one singular Demogorgon that was being fired at, being injured and that being a link to Will. No, everything. Not just Demogorgons. The other things that were in the lab, bro. All those creatures. And that means since Vecna and Will are linked, maybe Vecna also felt that shit, bro. And he just came through tanking it, though. That's why he came up, just quickly put an end to that so he can move on with his plans. Maybe he was also injured and he felt that. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. But the thing is, if Will is linked to all those creatures, what's the chances of Vecna also not feeling it? Low-key, I feel like that's a thing. Maybe. So there's a high chance since Will is linked to Vecna, he has to go, bro. I think he's dead. Next thing, now this is gonna be low-key a stretch. Oh my gosh, hold on. Second thing relating to links. I think Max will die because they don't know Max's state. They don't know that she's in his mind, and they don't know that if she escapes his memories, that's the only way she can get back to the real world. And she was that close to doing it. They don't know that that song is what almost helped her. They know nothing about her whereabouts, nothing on how to help her. So she really has herself to rely on, which is actually cooked because her one asset being Holly, right? The fact that Vecna has the other kids means they are running out of time. Max is running out of time, and once she loses Holly, she has no way of escaping, I think. She did say herself that she had no other plan until Holly got there, so cooked. And if they kill Vecna, they kill Max. But she also cooked herself, bro. I'm glad to see a lot of people are complaining about her idiocy. You see a portal, you look at your hand, you give it some time. You look back, you watch it close a bit, you start walking, jogging, slowly pacing yourself, then you start running. Hello? Clearly she wanted freedom, but she didn't want it that bad if she could waste all that time, and I'm glad a lot of people are mad at her for that. She must reap, bro. Third, Jonathan. I know people think Steve is gonna die, and I definitely think it is related to that love triangle thing, because I feel like Steve and Jonathan competing for Nancy, but Nancy likes Jonathan. I don't think she has lingering feelings for Steve, right? Jonathan wants to get married to her though, and I feel like Stranger Things is setting this up as the emotional arc, where it's just gonna be a lose-lose situation. Either Jonathan dies, Nancy dies, and you know what? Maybe they'll make it worse by letting Jonathan propose to Nancy so that they know good and well after this they're getting married. Sets up an emotional arc. Jonathan kicks the bucket. Nancy loses Jonathan. Steve cannot get with Nancy. So it's really just going to be a lose-lose. Jonathan's out the way, but Steve can't win still. You get me? Or Nancy dies and then they both live without her. Because I'm pretty sure they're setting up the dynamics of them two chasing, but Jonathan making better moves. Or Jonathan's going to win. But I think it has something to do with them. But I don't think Nancy's going to die because like they made it too obvious, bro. Them calling out Nancy or someone was screaming Nancy in the trailer as if she's in danger. People are gonna think she's dying. It's too obvious. I don't think they would give it away like that. Besides, bro, don't play with Nancy. Welcome down, Wheeler. Bro, don't play. She on all that smoke. She on timing, dog. She keep a blicky, bro. When shit gets sticky, bro, they will not catch her lacking, bro. 100 round drum, let it hit till it ain't no round. The clip don't jam. It's on site with Nancy, bro. She on all the time. She want all the smoke. She said it herself, marksman. She hit the target no matter how small it is. So I have no faith in Jonathan. I think Steve will be fine, but I think Jonathan's a goner, bro. Then, stay with me now. Stay with me now. I feel like there's foreshadowing that 11's gonna die, bro, because Hopper's now safe. I thought Hopper's gonna die because of how he interacted with certain characters. But now that he's safe, I think 11's gonna die. He opened up about his daughter, more so how he looks at 11 as his daughter, which has been established for a while now, but he becomes less strict on her and like trusts her more, lets her out onto the field, you know, lets her help and things like that. And also they joke around about being punk ass and him being stubborn and also thinking he knew better and how he's just like her. And they laughed about it. They're opening up, they're getting closer, they're being less stubborn with one another. And also Al thanks Hopper for the training, for trusting her, all that. And towards the end, like it was that emotional scene where like it was GG, and he was like, "I love you, Jane," and she was like, "No, Hopper, no, please, no."
Stop it. Get some help.
And like, yeah, bro. For that, there's this whole idea. It was stressed that Hopper doesn't want to lose Al. Then you move over to Mike and 11, where they were talking on the roof of how things are gonna be the happy ending and how that works. Mike explains that they win, but they can't stay there, so they'll have to move away and live happy together. I think Stranger Things is setting up that they are not gonna be together, buddy. I think two emotional ties point towards 11. Mike and 11, Hopper and 11. I think there's a chance she's gonna die. I mean, besides that, I mean, she's literally the person that has to fight Vecna. Yeah, she has will, but she has to fight Vecna. So I think she's gonna die, truthfully. So yeah, I feel like that could happen, maybe. I don't know, man. We'll see. 25th or 26th. I don't know. Christmas Day, the day after Christmas, whatever. That's what we wait for. I'm excited. Can't wait for that. I'll probably review that next. I'm not really a show reviewer. Well, this ain't a review. This is really just like, what the hell, bro? This is summaries and plot twists and. So, yeah, I'm gonna do the same for Outer Banks real soon. I watched that, so I'm gonna review that. But I don't really watch TV a lot, so I guess if you want, you can recommend a show. I'll just talk about it. But music, I do music reactions and reviews. It feels like this camera's dipping. Let me just, okay, wait. Yeah, music reviews, that's what I do. So if you want to see shows, I haven't watched many, so just drop down in the comments some recommended shows. I'll watch them, I'll talk about them. But so far, I got Stranger Things. I'll do Volume 2 when it drops. And I'm doing Outer Banks soon. Yeah, man. That Stranger Things was crazy though, I ain't gonna lie. But low-key, it was a slow-ass build-up. It was kind of boring. I hope part 2 is just faster paced, quicker paced, I don't know. And yeah, a lot of action. Although I do think it will be. Like, they are in the end game now. Vecna's low-key won. He's halfway through. So I feel like the next volume is just gonna be on site. Whole time, bro. People are gonna die. Fights are gonna break out. Conflict's gonna escalate. It's about to go crazy though. Can't lie. I can imagine it. I see it happening. So yeah. Till the next one. See ya.
See ya.